was beginning to think you forgot.
Gather round, y'all, let me tell you a tale about a man named Ron who's blazing the trail. They say Scott Hammer's the boss on the show, but Ron's the one driving, just so y'all know. Ron Miller, he's the one in charge. Tearing Hammer down like a big old barge. Scott, don't worry, it's all in fun. Ron's a real host when the race is run. Now Ron talks engines and he talks tires. Scott might be the match, but Ron's a fire. With his country charm and a wink in his eye, he's taking over and we all know why. Ron Miller, he's the one in charge. Tearing Hammer down like a big old barge. Scott, don't worry, it's all in fun. Ron's a real host when the race is run.
Down Racing Report. And now your hosts, Scott Hammer and Ron Miller.
Welcome, race fans, to the Hammer Down Racing Report. Whoa.
Really?
Yeah. Oh. Apparently, I forgot how to operate things here.
Yeah. What happens when you get a week off.
Yeah. All right, the heck with that. Anyways, yeah. It's the Hammer Down Racing Report, show number 406 for Thursday, December 3rd. Scott Hammer, Ron Miller coming at you live on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch from the Dominator Race Product Studio. It's been a couple weeks since we've been in here, so I had to fire everything up and make sure everything still worked, and apparently we're having some issues here. Oh, I see the issue. I can't get to it because it was hidden behind there, and then it doesn't work when that happens. Nobody else can see what's going on. Here we go.
Okay.
That's what I was trying to do.
Oh.
Trying to fix our video.
Okay.
Coming up.
What were our valued listeners seeing?
Just the three screens on the screen.
Oh, okay.
I mean, they saw us, but I was trying to make it a little nicer presentation there. Tonight on the show, we're going to be speaking, hopefully, with Fremont Speedway and
AFCS.
Thank you. 305 champion Jamie Miller. He's deer hunting in southern Ohio, so he's not sure how good his cell phone's going to be. So that could be a train wreck in and of itself. And we have Brian Liskai, the voice of
that's going to be
Fremont
fun.
Speedway, to talk to as well, to kind of look back at the 2025 season. Since we've already spoke to Cap Henry and Sean Valeni, the other two champions from Fremont, recently. We talked to Sean right after the Showdown Series event, and Cap when we were doing our Attica champions. Also, coming up, I get some year-end numbers from Spotify.
Really?
Yeah. There's some interesting stuff in there. We'll throw those in at the end of the show, though.
About music or about Hammer Down Racing Report?
About our podcast is on there.
Oh, cool.
Why
Okay.
would it be about music? No. Actually, there was some stuff about music that I cut out. It's like what our listeners listen to.
Yeah.
Other things they listen to. And country was one of the things.
I'll bet it was.
Other podcasts they listen to. Oh, some of them I hadn't heard of, really. And some I had. I mean, Dale Jr. Download, I think, was number 2.
Now, if you're on Spotify and you're really looking for some oldies, best darn oldies playlist ever. It was created by someone you know.
Thing.
There's over 100 hours of oldies, and not one repeat in them.
All right, fantastic. Is that what you have going on in your shop all the time?
Yes.
Fantastic.
I do have a country playlist too that I made up, but I'm very proud of the oldies one.
Hashtag DCR. Put that in the comments of the Facebook Live or YouTube Live or on Twitch, as a matter of fact. All three of those will pick up here, and you'll have a chance to win a Hammer Down Racing Report sticker courtesy of DCR Graphics. You can get those for $5 as well from DCR Graphics. And also, we're going to be giving away a Speedy Sponsor sticker.
Ooh.
Yeah. Not many people entered the contest. We made things complicated a couple weeks ago.
We did.
We did, and we're going to keep it complicated. That way I can hang on to more stickers here.
Oh, okay.
Last week, we did a deal where you have to go to speedysponsors.com to find the answer to a question we give you. And then on speedysponsors.com, at the bottom of the page, there's a little link that says win with an exclamation point.
Yep.
It's not real prevalent. I mean, you have to look for it, I think.
Sorta.
So only people that listen to the show will know what it's about. You click on the win, you type in your name and your guess as to what the question was. And last week's
the answer to the question.
And last week's question was, according to Speedy Sponsors, what cars does Ron Miller Race Cars sponsor? And that answer, according to it, if it's up to date, I don't know.
Right.
John Young, Scott Hammer, and Scott Warner. And we had one entry who got it wrong, but since they were the only one that entered...
But they got an entry.
Yes, and it was Weber Valley Speedway.
Oh no.
So, yeah. So, congratulations, Weber Valley Speedway. Don't turn the lights out on us, please. You got yourself some.
And we love sticker. Weber Valley Speedway.
It is, yeah. They more and more videos are coming out with them, yeah. So this week's question is same deal. You'll have until Thursday of next week. We're doing a special Wednesday show tonight because of the Gateway Dirt Nationals coming up this weekend.
And some people are going to be watching it on TV. A lot of people.
So hello to our Wednesday night viewers,
and to a couple of friends that may be attending.
A couple of them, yes.
Yeah.
I forgot what I was going to say. So anyway, yes, this week's question and a chance to win a Speedy Sponsor sticker. And Scott's talking about he might come up with some more to throw into the pot to maybe make it a little more lucrative, some more motivation to enter. This week's question is, what track does four-cylinder truck racer Phil Hicks consider his home track? You can find the answer really easily on his profile at speedysponsors.com. So go there. Find the answer.
So this won't be under the win tab.
Well, you find the answer. Then when you have the answer, you click on the win tab.
Okay.
That's where you go to submit your answer.
I see. Okay.
And get entered. And then we'll do a drawing from all the correct entries to give away that sticker and whatever else gets thrown into that pot there. We may do a thing if we start giving away more and more for it. We may just kind of accumulate things until somebody wins.
Maybe their IT guy should make it a little
But don't do it now. Wait till after the show to do it, and we'll remind you at the end of the show to head on over to speedysponsors.com and head on over there and find out
and enter
what track four-cylinder truck racer Phil Hicks considers his home track. And I actually don't remember. I did look it up, but I don't remember right now. Do you need race car parts fast? Dippin' Motorsports has you covered right at the track or at the shop. Everything from motors to carburetors to full ready-to-race cars and trucks from expert advice. In addition to high-performance components, Dippin' Motorsports keeps you dialed in and competitive and also ready to win. Don't wait until race day to find what you need. Call 419-283-8580 or visit DippinMotorsports.com today. Dippin' Motorsports, your trackside advantage. And from race day snapshots to custom gift items, freeze frame photos delivers. Snag stunning action shots. Celebrate your victory lane moments. And best of all, you can turn any of them into one-of-a-kind gifts. They have everything from custom can koozies, tumblers, wood plaques, slate prints, magnets, buttons, and more. And you can customize them all with your own photos and graphics. Call Charlie now, 419-407-6994. Visit freezeframephotos.redframe.com to check out photos there. Freeze frame photos, special moments frozen in time. And now is the time to get those calendars. Run out of time if you want it for Christmas. I think it takes a week or so for those to get done, maybe a little more. You might. Don't wait till the last minute is what I'm trying to say.
You get an extra week because New Year's isn't until a week after Christmas.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Moving on here. Also have to thank Oakshade Raceway, Dominator Race Products, Ron Miller Race Cars, Magic Mill Entertainment, and DCR Graphics. Also coming up, we got some interesting racing news, and Ron did some homework.
I did a little homework on it. When I was in high school, I had aspirations of being an attorney. So the legal mumbo jumbo, I really get into that.
And we have some Hammer Down hotline texts to get to. It's been a couple weeks since we've done
That's
the show,
because
so.
you threatened to pull it from the air.
I know. It always happens. So let's get into things here and do our racing roundup first.
Racing Roundup.
Sorry, didn't mean to cut you off there.
That's all right.
A couple races down under this over the past couple weeks. High Tech Oil's Toowoomba Speedway, Saturday the 22nd. Going back a week from Saturday, QSS Ultimate Sprint Car Championship. Ryan Newton getting the win there in the sprint car. Selton Young, the V8 Dirt Modified winner. Winning the speed cars was Harry Stewart, and then they were also supposed to race Sunday of that weekend on the 23rd. That was canceled due to rain. Tire Power Manjimup Speedway was in action this past Saturday night with Johnson Food Services Wingless Sprints Challenge. Matt Iwanow picking up the win in the Wingless Sprints. Production sedan feature won by Josh Frazier, and in the street stocks it was Peter Herbert getting the win. Jason Leffler Memorial at Bakersfield Speedway at Kevin Harvick's Kern Raceway.
Kevin Harvick's
Kern Raceway. Bakersfield
Okay.
Speedway at Kevin Harvick's Kern Raceway.
Okay.
Because let's make it super long.
Yeah.
Anyways, Jason Leffler Memorial going on there. USAC NASA Energy Drink Midget National Championship race taking place Tuesday before Thanksgiving there.
Right.
And our good pal Buddy Kofoid picking up the win.
Yes.
So congratulations to him. Formula One in action a couple weeks ago when I was still in Baltimore. We got back, and I got back in time. It was about midnight Saturday night, and I was watching, flipping through the channels, and I happened to catch. I was like, "Oh, the race is still on." I was like, "Oh yeah, it started at 11. That makes sense." But the Las Vegas Grand Prix, Max Verstappen picking up the win there, and second and third place finishers, Lando Norris and McLaren teammate Oscar Piastri. They were both disqualified after the rearmost skid wear on skid wear on both cars was found to be below the minimum thickness required by technical regulations.
Oh,
so I guess they scraped the ground too much, I think is how I read into that.
Right, yeah.
And then this past weekend at Qatar, I believe is the correct pronunciation now.
Yeah.
I used to pronounce it Qatar. Qatar. Okay. Max Verstappen also won this past
What a
weekend.
surprise.
So there you go. Whether it's late model, modified, or street stock, body part counts. That's why you should choose Dominator Race Products, the go-to source for hood scoops, roofs, wheel covers, nose and tail components, body fasteners, and so much more. All engineered tough for the track. Their new 3D printer has been delivered, so expect even more new race products soon. You can order online anytime at DominatorRaceProducts.com or visit your local reputable race shop or call.
Right.
Whichever. Or you can call directly to Dominator, 419-923-6970. But little secret, I think you can sometimes get things a little cheaper if you go through your local reputable race shop.
Absolutely.
Maybe save on the shipping there. For quality parts, they keep you dominating the racing field. Trust Dominator Race Products. They don't care. As long as you're buying Dominator Race Products, they're happy. And I saw their setup at St. Louis in the Dome there with their booth, so we'll have to stop by and beg Bentley for some stuff for my car. The 50th season at Oakshade Raceway has been completed. Oakshade Raceway would like to thank all the drivers and crews and fans who supported them this season. The crew is already working on the 2026 race season with a few dates already posted, including the Barney Oldfield race, which will be an American late model Ironman Series race, and the birthday race. You can visit oakshaderaceway.com to find out when those are. And follow along on social media, Oakshade Raceway, where the fastest meet to race.
Yeah. Scott, a couple minutes ago, you were talking, just giving us some results from Australia. Mm-hmm. Did you happen to catch the blip from the Motorplex in Perth that they are making significant changes to the drag race facility there, all paid for by government with government funds?
No.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting. In Australia, some of the major speedways are dipping into government funds because the government feels that they are bringing visitors into the area, and it's good for business. So it's not just the race facilities that are seeing improvements.
Would you like to see that here in the States?
I
could see a lot of people that aren't race fans not being happy about that.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's great, but I also see other people.
Does government funding ever show up in football stadiums, baseball stadiums?
People do pay for that stuff, yeah.
Yes, sir.
County stuff. You're right.
Yes, sir.
Interesting.
All right. Just throwing that out.
Is this Attorney Ron again?
No. I just think it's really cool that the government considers motorsports a viable asset as far as tourism.
What else they got there? Kangaroos?
Oh yeah.
They don't have American football down there. They do rugby, right?
Yeah.
Is that what is their national sport?
They do an Australian rules football, which is really pretty brutal. If you get a chance, you can find it on the internet. Watch some Aussie rules football.
What is the official sport of Australia?
Aussie?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Trivia question.
Yeah.
Coming up later, also how many? I forgot to mention that. Giving away some Toledo Mobster hockey tickets. Game coming up on Saturday. This Saturday, as a matter of fact. Actually, I believe it's a 2:30 in the afternoon game, too. Ooh. So we'll be giving those away for how many?
So you'll be able to watch a hockey game and then get home in time to watch the Dome on TV.
That might be why it's at 2:30. Knowing Billy,
exactly.
It could be that way. Let's try and get a hold of Jamie here. Like I said, he's deer hunting in southern Ohio, and he wasn't sure how good the coverage was going to be. So, fingers crossed.
He shouldn't be out in the woods right now.
Why not?
After dark.
You can't hunt after dark?
Nope.
I don't know the rules. I don't know the first thing about hunting.
It's not looking good, Scott.
No, it's not. Well, anyway, he's has the track championship for 305s once again, as well as
please record your message when you have
AFCS championship. Hey, Jamie, it's Scott and Ron. Give us a call if you get this. As soon as you get this.
Yeah.
If you get some coverage there. We'll be talking to Brian Liskai at about 7:30, so if we don't answer, that might be why. But if you get that before or after, give us a call, please. We'd love to talk to you once again. Thanks. Just call this number. It's the number I texted you. So there we go. Hopefully we'll hear from him a little bit later. So we'll move on here. Get a couple more bills paid for, and then we'll do a little bit of racing news, unless Jamie calls in here. If you need a wedding or event DJ, look no further than Magic Moment Entertainment. Magic Moment will make your event magical. Ron Burt brings decades of DJ experience, smooth planning, and professional-grade entertainment to your big day. Mention the Hammer Down Racing Report and save $100 off your reception DJ service. It's like the Hammer Down Racing Report is taking money out of Ron Burt's pocket.
I don't feel bad about it, though.
Rest easy knowing there are no surprise charges, no fees for mileage or lighting, and full liability coverage included as long as you're within Ohio, Michigan, Indiana, or Kentucky. That's as far as the mileage goes. If you're outside of there, he'll still do it, but there'll probably be a charge for mileage. Magic Moment is here to make your event unforgettable. Give Ron a call, 419-594-2261, or connect on Facebook under Magic Moment Entertainment or Ohio Sports Blitz. And if you're looking for race cars repairs or a full-on build, whether it's a race car, a classic cruiser, or just a broken bolt that won't budge, Ron Miller Race Cars in Lambertville, Michigan has the tools, talent, and experience to get you back on track. Over 500 years of experience, give or take a few. Ron's crew can handle it all: bodywork, transmission, chassis repair, custom build, safety gear, and performance parts, fine-tuning. Oh, Brian says he can log in now. That works.
Okay.
Yeah, if you want to log in.
Hey, Brian, thanks for listening.
Where was I? Your 500 years of experience there, yeah?
You had to repeat that part,
I did. That's my
you?
favorite part of this. From fine-tuning your setup to fabricating something completely new, they know how to make speed happen. Give Ron a call at 734-856-7223 and see why racers and car lovers alike trust Ron Miller Race Cars. Driven by experience, built by performance.
Ooh.
Yeah. And let's see. Brian's going to get connected here real quick, so we'll do a little bit of racing news, and then we'll talk to Brian Liskai, the voice of Fremont Speedway, the track that Action built.
And another track, too.
Well, another track, but we're specifically speaking about Fremont tonight. Voice of many tracks. Waynesfield.
Attica.
Attica. He's done other tracks as well, but actually, maybe we should get a count. We'll bring Brian on here. He's still flickering. I want to make sure he's ready before we put him on. Bring Brian on here. I see you now, and I hear us. he's still flickering. He's ready before we put him on. Can you hear us? Brian on here. And I hear us.
Hey, there we go.
He's still flickering. He's ready before we I think you're about 5 seconds behind us. Brian on here.
I can hear you.
And I hear us.
Hey, there we go.
I think you're about 5 seconds behind us. I'm going to give you a call. And I hear us.
Hey, there we go.
Don't close your screen because we're going to give you a call and you can.
Okay.
If it'll work, we'll see here.
It worked before. Has to work again.
Hey, Brian.
Okay. I'm here.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
I still hear us on your computer there or whatever. Yeah, that was a little disconcerting. It was like you were 10 seconds behind us there, but I'm glad we got you with us now. Gotta love modern technology. We were just discussing how many different tracks you've announced at. I know, obviously you got Attica and Fremont on a weekly basis and Waynesfield every once in a while. You've done Millstream. How many tracks have you announced at?
I never sat down and counted them. I just concluded my 41st year of announcing, and I've never really sat down and counted.
41st year, huh?
Wow.
Yep.
I thought I've been doing this for a while. That's crazy. Damn.
That's crazy, Scott. I think I've been racing longer than that.
Have you?
Oh, yeah.
You might have been announcing your very first race. Have you done any asphalt tracks or just dirt in your career there, Brian?
No, I have done Sandusky in my lifetime. I've done motocross races. I've done mud bogs. I've done demolition derbies. I've done a variety of stuff.
Howard Williams was the announcer at Toledo Speedway when I first started, Scott.
Okay.
Brian, have you ever listened to him?
No, I have not.
Oh, okay.
So how many years have you been at Fremont?
I started at Fremont in 1985.
Okay, so that's 41 years then.
Yeah.
So
I missed a couple of years there. They brought in another announcer, and I kind of went on the road. I announced at Oakshade for a couple of years, believe it or not.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
Huh.
I lived about 5 miles down the road from there. I ran the newspaper in Wasion for about 10 years.
So
I swear, I learn something new every time.
So you would have preceded Larry Jewett as the announcer.
Correct.
And then you got back to, were you doing Fremont at the same time as well, no, because they're both Saturday night tracks.
No.
It would have been hard.
No. Yeah. No, I wasn't doing Fremont at the time. And then in the late 90s, Fremont shut down for a year, about 2 years, actually. And then Jim Ford reopened in 2000, and I started back at Fremont in 2000.
Very cool. Very cool. So this year, kind of an interesting year, I guess. The All-Stars coming back. Some big shows at Fremont this year. What night or races stood out to you from this past season at Fremont specifically?
Well, that's interesting because the social media girl for Fremont contacted me the other day, and she wants to do a 12 Days of Christmas, and she told me to pick the 12 events that stood out in my mind. So I went back and I did about 3 hours research, and there were some really interesting nights of racing. I think the one that really stuck out was Cole Macedo winning his first national touring race, the high limit race at Fremont, taking the checkered flag, running over a car and flipping, and having to come to victory lane in a crashed race car.
That's right. I do remember they had problems trying to weigh that car.
Yeah, they had to lower it on the scales with the record.
And were you down there on the track ready to interview him and had to wait for all that?
No, High Limit has, they have Tony Laporta and Chase Bodman as their announcers. But I was watching the whole thing up in the press box. It was kind of comical because they had the camera right on them as they were trying to lower that car on the scales.
I do remember that. I was watching that on TV. That was pretty crazy. What would you say would be the second most memorable night then of the past year?
The whole Jim Ford weekend, the Jim Ford Classic is just always such a great race. I mean, it's a great fan atmosphere. The campground's full. And the second night of that, the Saturday night, Cap Henry had to hold off a last lap challenge from Cale Thomas to sweep the weekend. So that was pretty cool. And having USAC come back after 22 years this year, it was Justin Grant picking up the win. I believe it was like his 5th or 6th USAC win in a row.
So a pretty diverse schedule this year at Fremont that Rich Farmer put together.
Yeah, and it's going to be next year's the 75th anniversary season of Fremont Speedway. So he's been working and picking everybody's brains on some cool events coming up. If everything falls together, there could be a possibility of one really super huge event to celebrate the 75th anniversary of the track that Action built.
That sounds like a tease.
I'm telling you.
Can we pull any more information out?
That's not fair.
Another one of the things that Rich did last year was, that basically a lot of the tracks use 2 streaming services, Flow or Dirt Vision, and Rich invested in his own streaming service with high dollar equipment and paying some good people to come out and do it. And I have to say, I was pleasantly surprised at the quality of the production. And I think a lot more racetracks might start doing this because you get to keep all the money. And he didn't get real expensive. It was, I think, the cost of a general admission ticket to watch it at home on your TV.
It was Brian. It was $20. I was sidelined for a couple of months during the summer, so I was very happy to be able to watch it. Great production, and even the announcer was pretty good. And $20 and $20 is fair.
Yeah, there you go. And I think you're going to start seeing some more. The announcement from Central Pennsylvania and their big series this year, sort of like what Attica and Fremont's done over the past 7 years. They're going to do that with a lot of money on the line, and I think a lot of the racetracks are going to do their own streaming of that.
Interesting. So the what was it, Rev Limit?
Yeah. Now, will Rev Limit maybe be available to some of the other tracks, or is that a Fremont only deal?
For now, it's a Fremont only deal, but I think it's through. I want to say it's through Speed Sport TV,
right,
but I'm not quite sure on that. But I was, like I said, pleasantly surprised. And the neat part about that is you get data back from who is logging in and where they're logging in from, and it was diverse across the country and actually across the globe. Like on the High Limit there, we had quite a few people from California tuning in, but that was on Flow. But on our Rev Limit deal, we had people from California, we had people on the East Coast, we had people in Australia, we had people in England, we had people all over the globe tuning in, and that's pretty cool when you see that sort of thing.
That is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Sounds like our audience.
Yeah,
they're all over.
Yeah.
We're not as exciting though as racing, but no, that's cool. So definitely the Rev Limit TV will be back next year at least at Fremont.
Oh, absolutely.
Awesome.
Oh, absolutely. Yep.
Okay. Now back to this year's racing. This year's champions, Cap Henry, Jamie, and Sean. These guys are all multi-year champions. They've won. They keep winning. Do you see these guys continuing to get better each year, or are they just at a plateau where nobody can get to them?
Well, I think Jamie Miller, he crashed a car at Attica, his best car, late in the season.
He did.
And they struggled a little bit after that, and that cost him, I think, the track championship at Attica this year. So, if you have those kind of problems, yes, you are kind of vulnerable. But if Cap Henry and his crew chief, Zach Myers, stay together, I mean, what a year. 17 feature wins total. That's amazing. For just basically racing, tracks in Ohio, is about all he raced, and to have 17 wins and be among the top 5 in the country in feature wins in 410 racing. I think when you look at that combination of him and Zach, that is just unbelievable.
And I believe when we talked to Cap was about a month ago or something, that he said he basically intends to kind of do the same thing again next year.
The results,
so why wouldn't you?
The results were so good, he can't afford to do anything else.
Yeah.
But there are some teams out there I think that can challenge him. I know Seth Sabo in Rich Farmer's car, they changed crew chief mid-year, and Zeth came on strong at the end of the year and finished second in the Fremont points. Chris Andrews is starting to, since he put his team together, he's starting to do well.
Yep.
DJ Foose moving to a new team this coming year, is going to be interesting to watch as well.
Any of the younger drivers to keep an eye on maybe for next year to come on in any of the classes?
Well, I think in the 410s, Mike Keegan's another one. And he really started setting his own last year in 360 racing, and he did again this year in 360 racing. But he picked up his first 410 win down in Southern Ohio this year. He finished ninth in Fremont points, and towards the end of the year, he had a couple of top 5 finishes at Fremont. So I think they were getting their 410. Him and his dad, Mark, are getting their 410 program tuned in pretty good. And like I said, it's going to be fun to watch DJ Foose in a new team. 305, I think in the last 3 years, I can't count how many rookies we've had. And a lot of them have come from the asphalt generation. A lot of them from the LaGrange area, which is interesting to me. So, Jamie Miller's he had his hands full this year with the likes of Jimmy McGrath, Blaine Kepler, who was his teammate. Paul Weaver had a very down year, but I think him and his son are coming out strong next year. And John Ivey, the veteran there, closed out the year strong. So the 305s are always really fun to watch. I think we averaged close to 30 cars a night with the 305s this year, which is unbelievable.
Yeah.
And in the dirt truck, Sean Valenti, come on. he got his 5th track championship. He finished out of the top 2. Okay, the top 2 in 12, never finished out in 12 A mains out of the top 2. Think about that. He had 9 wins. He's got 91 total at Fremont. His average A main finishing position was first, like 1.3.
Wow.
And he's the nicest guy to talk to too. And it's frustrating.
Back.
He's like, man, you always win, but you're so nice. I guess you can be nice and happy if you're always winning, right?
Right. But and it's kind of a cool year. Kent Brewer started the year out with a win, and Sean was second. Keith Sword won 1 this year. He's a 3-time track champion. Jamie Miller, if they never had mechanical issues, he was fast in the dirt truck. Dusty Keegan's always there. And how about Scott Miller? Scott Miller got a win on our double feature night. So, when he doesn't have mechanical issues, I think he needs to talk to his mechanic a little more.
Hey, now.
He's always fast.
You're talking Steve Miller.
Steve Miller.
Or Steve Miller, excuse me, yes.
Yeah, my favorite. That's my favorite son, Brian.
Yeah, the Steve Miller band, yeah.
There you go. So if Ron Miller had his motor going, do you think he would have been top 5 in points, or is he all washed up?
Well, that 2-month hiatus there kind of burned me.
Well, yeah, but
when you got to rely on your Social Security check to put a race car on the track, right?
You made me choke on my water.
Oh, now you got Scott choking up there, Brian. We've lost him.
Well, I'm glad it's him making fun of your age, not me.
Hey, I'm right there with you, Ron. I'm 61 years old myself. So somebody asked me the other day, when are you going to retire? I said, when I can't get up and down those 10 steps from the scoring tower down to the bottom, then I'll hang it up.
When it quits being fun, Brian, that's all it's about.
Well, even it's still fun. If I can't get up and down them steps, we're going to have to put a zip line in or something.
That'd be
well,
awesome.
and then you run down to the front stretch and interview the drivers.
Or just make the driver come up to the press box.
There you go. I like that idea.
So you got this weekend coming up, the Fremont Speedway Awards and Fan Party. Tell us a little bit about that and what exactly is going on there with the Fan Party part of it, too.
Well, it is top 10 in points in all 3 divisions, plus our rookies will be honored at the banquet at the Moonshine nightclub in downtown Fremont. I think doors open at 5. They have a light dinner at 5:30 and the awards following. And I think at 7:30 they open the doors for the fans to come in and enjoy the party. They did that a couple of weeks ago with the All-Stars and the Attic Fremont Championship Series, and it worked out pretty well. We had a full house there, and the fans had a good time, and the drivers and race teams had a good time. So I'm looking forward to that this Saturday.
Now, did they get any leftovers from the dinner, the fans?
If there's some left. You've never seen these dirt truck guys eat, have you?
I've seen racers eat, yeah.
Yeah.
Is there any charge then for the fan party part of it?
Pardon? I didn't catch that.
Is there any charge to get in for the fan party?
No.
Okay.
Nope. There's no open bar. I mean, they can come in and buy drinks and whatever at the bar. So, no, it's just a casual atmosphere. And like I said, with the All-Star Banquet, it worked out really well. The fans started coming in, and everybody got autographs and got to talk to the drivers with no pressure on them. You know, at the racetrack, it's not always that way. And at an awards ceremony, the drivers and race teams are a lot more relaxed. So it's a really cool atmosphere.
Alcohol tends to do that.
Yeah, exactly.
But no, that's kind of a cool idea. Is this the first year that this kind of thing has been done, or has this been done in the past?
No, last year we had just a real quick banquet at the Moonshine nightclub. But Rich put together the All-Star deal, and Shelley has piggybacked off of that, planning with the Fremont banquet. So it is a cool deal. It's a cool atmosphere in there. They put a little stage up there for us, and they got a great sound system. So it was just a good night, enjoyable night with the All-Stars and AFCS. So Fremont is going to be just as fun.
Just don't let Liskai sing Piano Man after a few drinks. That's what Thomas Cole says here.
I'm telling you, you close your eyes and you hear me sing Piano Man, you swear to God I'm Billy Joel.
Yeah, okay.
So let's look ahead to next year. I know you kind of teased at something. What can you tell us that you are looking forward to coming up next year at Fremont?
Well, just the whole season. It's the 75th anniversary season. We're going to make it special. There's going to be all kinds of cool, look back at history. One of the things it's going to be a little fun to watch is Randy and Jane Mapus are stepping aside from the Fremont Speedway Hall of Fame, and Scott Barman, former assistant flagman who we inducted a year ago into the Hall of Fame, is kind of taken over for that. And Scott and Rich are working real hard to have a collaboration on the history of Fremont at the racetrack just about every week. So it's going to be a really cool deal. I'm interested. Rich has talked about, we had that 12 hours of Fremont this year, and he didn't get any crowd that he wanted, didn't get the car count he wanted, but it actually was, I was there the whole 12 hours, and it was kind of pretty entertaining, actually. And then when you get down to the end, they throw the last checkered flag, and you find out the winner had over 1,300 laps around Fremont Speedway. That's amazing. I think if it came out to like 45 miles, it's just an amazing event. And Rich wants to tweak that. We talked, we had a meeting for the Hall of Fame here a week ago, and after that meeting, we sat and kind of, shot the crap and talked about that. And he said, boy, I'd like to do something similar to that, maybe not 12 hours, but do something like maybe we talked about maybe doing it an enduro after the races every week for an hour or a half hour and accumulate laps. And at the end of the season, maybe have a 5-hour race and crown a champion, stuff like that. We're talking about doing something like that though. But that would be unique. I've never done anything like that. I've done enduros before, but not a 12-hour race. And every team member we talked to, all of them said how much they enjoyed that. I mean, there was pit stops, and you had to work on your car, and it was a cool day.
Wasn't it Nick Loy's team that won that?
Yeah, Joe Nick Loy's team won that. Yeah.
Joe Nick Loy, yep.
He, I believe,
quite the story behind that guy, Brian.
Yeah, he lost fingers on his one hand. I don't know. I didn't get to talk to him too long to find out what happened with it, but he just what a nice guy, and that whole crew, just nice people.
Brian, back in the Bryan Speedway days, he was racing in a street stock class, following a car. The gas tank fell out of the car in front of him. He hit it. and obviously the fuel vaporized and it went up in flames, and he got some really nasty burns, face and hands. He's got nothing but nubs on one hand, but what a story. The guy is, he's amazing.
He shared his story with us back when we started this podcast.
Right.
Probably about 5 or 6 years ago. And, it was a pretty incredible story there. So it's good to see him getting a win in that. I know he did the grocery getter thing they had at Bearfield in Fort Wayne years ago when they had that as well. So he likes those kind of races. So I'm sure he'd be happy to see that come back next year as well. And I noticed that the American Late Model Ironman Series, you had at least one race there this past year with the late models, but not on the schedule for next year. Any insight into that?
Well, I think they tried to make their schedule. Chris Tilley and them, great guys to work with, by the way. I think Attica has them twice this coming year. It just how their schedule panned out and how Fremont wants their schedule panned out. Just you couldn't get the dates to collaborate because you don't want to run the same weekend at Fremont as Attica. You don't want them Friday and Saturday at two tracks just 40 miles apart. For a series like that, especially since Attica runs weekly late models. So I don't know if Fritz is going to do anything like that again. It'd be interesting to find out. He's talking about a lot of different things this year, different formats to celebrate the 75th anniversary. So I'm guessing after the holidays, we're going to start seeing and hearing more creep out on social media for Fremont.
Any chance of the steel block late models coming back?
I don't know if he's talked about that. I know we ran him there for a couple of years and had really good car turnouts for those. I think we were getting 28, 30 of those steel block late model guys, and they put on a pretty decent show. So I don't know if he's looking at that. What was that? Was that last year, 2 years ago? He had the motorcycles there, and those guys, they expressed an interest to come back. The D2 midgets have expressed an interest to come back. So I think there's a lot of moving pieces in the schedule for next year because of the 75th anniversary thing.
Let's talk about the boss lady for a minute. Any chance of another powder puff race this year?
Well, I'm sure if she has anything to do with it, there will be.
Wasn't there some rule though, where they couldn't have racing experience with the
for the last 5 years, right?
So would everybody in that race be
disqualified?
disqualified?
I've got to believe that
or?
whole rule would get thrown out.
Okay.
Yeah, I would guess that rule gets thrown out. I'm assuming that, but who knows?
That was an exciting. I mean, I only saw a video of it after the fact, but looked like it was a very exciting race.
Yeah, other than the one crash on the front stretch that with Brian Smith's daughter that scared the bejeebus out of me, but other than that, it was an exciting race. I don't know if
filled.
Yes, action filled. I don't know if there's going to be any non-wing sprint car races at Fremont this year. The crowd was a little disappointing for the USAC race this year, even though the racing was really good. We had that steel block non-wing sprint car series there. That was pretty good too. I don't know. Like I said, there's a lot of moving pieces when you start putting a schedule together, especially when you try to cooperate with other tracks. And we got Mansfield Speedway opening up, that throws another interesting tide into this when you're trying to put a schedule together. You got Millstream that opened up, a couple years ago. Now Mansfield opening up, and you got Wayne County, and you got Fremont, and you got Attica, and it's just a lot of moving pieces to that. And Sharon Speedway running more sprint car events as well. You got Atomic Speedway. It's just a lot of moving pieces on this deal.
How close is Mansfield to Fremont as far as like driving? Is it like 2 hours or less?
Not really. It's probably like an hour and a half.
I was going to say an hour and a half. It's pretty
close then.
Yeah.
All right. I wasn't too sure on that.
I announced at that racetrack when Cody Summer had that big race, a couple big sprint car races there. So
very nice. What about the Showdown series? I haven't talked to Corey since that race. Any chance that'll be coming back next year? I like racing.
I certainly hope so. That's an interesting race, and I kind of like the rivalry between the stocks and the trucks. For some reason, the car count was down a little bit this year as compared to the couple previous years to that. But I would assume because the fair board kind of likes that race when we have it, because that's their fall fest, and it brings in campers, it brings in people for the whole weekend at the fairground. So I'm going to go on a limb and assume that is coming back next year.
Can we make a rule that says that Sean Valenti has to start a lap down? I'm just throwing that out there.
I can't remember the stock car guy's name. He was coming on strong there at the end.
Conover.
Oh, darn it.
Jordan Conover.
Yeah.
7
that
car.
kid can wheel. Yeah, he can wheel.
Yes,
he was very impressive.
You still there?
Yep, I'm still there.
Okay. Thought we lost you there.
It got quiet.
Real quick, just a question. I know you're the announcer or the voice of all these different tracks, including Fremont. But do you actually have any say in any of the track scheduling and operations? Do you get into any of that at all?
It's interesting because Rich and I talk about a lot of that stuff. Rich likes to get input from everybody at Fremont. Okay. At Attica, I don't have much input at all. My son's the operations manager. Tim, John Boris, and Rex Lejeune, they kind of hash out all that stuff out. My son and I, of course, talk about it, and I share my opinions, but it doesn't have any bearing on any of that. But I would hope that they take some of my 41 years of experience and put it to use, and Rich does. I mean, like I said, we had our Hall of Fame. I'm a trustee of the Hall of Fame at Fremont. We had that meeting, and after the meeting was done, we sat there and talked about a lot of stuff at Fremont and what we want to do for the 75th anniversary and things going forward. So, yeah, I just enjoy what I do, and I love my racing family, and I love talking with them and listening to them. I learn so much, especially from Rich. Rich has, he has devoted his life to all this, reopening the All-Stars, taking on Waynesfield. He learns the ins and outs in the politics, which, politics and racing is one of those negative things, but it's just there. So you got to deal with it. But if you learn from it and move forward, you can actually put a better product out.
Interesting. Very cool. The reason I asked about the operation thing is just I was kind of curious. People always think that when something's going on at Oakshade that I have all the say in the world on it, everything. I'm like, so when are we doing this? I'm like, I don't know. I haven't heard anything. I don't know anything. Stop asking me. But
I'm just the dumb announcer.
Exactly. I just talk every once in a while, but
yeah.
Awesome, Brian. We appreciate the time and definitely looking forward to next year. I know it's not sprint car related, but do you have any interest in the Gateway Dirt Nationals going on this weekend as far as maybe the driver to watch?
Absolutely. I love the Gateway Nationals. I said I worked for Cody for a little bit, and my buddy Dustin Jarrett and Blake Anderson will be there with a lot of the call of the races, and I watch it. I don't know. Bobby Pierce is just on a roll this year. He's really good at the Dome. I just think Bobby Pierce is going to be the car to beat.
So you think Bobby Pierce is your pick?
Yep.
Okay.
Carson Hocevar is supposed to be racing. I don't know that he'll do any good, but I begin to say it's going to be. I don't know how JD will do there. Thornton will be tough. I think Thornton will be tough.
And Rusty always runs.
And Rusty, yeah. I mean, he's got a shot.
Rusty runs great on the qualifying nights, and then on the Saturday night, he always gets involved in crashes. And it breaks my heart because I like Rusty a lot. I really do. And I respect the heck out of him, what he's able to do with his budget and what the races he's able to make and win. I hope things turn around for him on the Saturday night portion of the Dome.
And his son Carter is going to sell a boatload of swag.
Yeah. I wish he would show up at Attica and run a little more than what he did last year.
Yeah.
I'd love to see him race weekly at Attica and Oakshade for another year, and get his feet under him a lot better. And I think that kid's got some great talent behind him.
I believe that.
He's got a pretty good teacher, too.
Oh, absolutely. His mother.
Yeah. There you go. All right, Brian, we appreciate you filling in here. We're going to try and get connected here with Jamie again, but we do appreciate it looking back at the 2025 season at Fremont and looking forward to next year.
Thanks, guys. Thanks for all you guys do for racing. Sure do appreciate it.
You too. Appreciate that, Brian.
All right. Have a great night, guys.
Yep. See ya.
Thanks.
There you go. Brian Liskai, the voice of the track that Action built, Fremont Speedway, among other tracks.
Yeah.
Attica, Waynesfield.
What a great announcer.
Yeah. Dean's got Nick Hoffman as his pick. And a lot of cool paint, not paint jobs, wraps, I guess, going on.
And some
Fager's got
new,
a cool looking
some new
one.
bodies that are Ooh.
Yeah. Oh, it's Frontier. It's my internet.
Oh.
They're texting me. Hopefully, that could be a copyright ding. That's Pantera there. Hopefully, we don't get knocked off Facebook there. Once again, trying Jamie Miller down in southern Ohio with some bad cell coverage.
Bambi could have made a mistake and walked in front of him, too.
Bambi may have ate him. And, figure I'd try and text him here real quick. All right, moving ahead here. We got how many coming up, nonetheless, as well as a little bit of racing news. How about we do that right now?
Yeah.
Bust out some racing news.
Latest racing news.
All right, so Brian kind of mentioned this a little bit as far as that Pennsylvania deal.
Right.
Did you hear about that?
No.
A bunch of tracks in Pennsylvania, 11 of them to be exact, in central Pennsylvania have come together to create a new sprint car series called the PA Posse 410 Sprint Series with 47 total events on the schedule.
How many?
47.
Oh, my.
10 races apiece are at Williams Grove Speedway, Lincoln Speedway, and Port Royal Speedway, with Baps Motor Speedway and Sellens Grove Speedway seeing 4 dates each on the PA Posse series schedule. Clinton County Speedway, Path Valley Speedway Park, Bedford Speedway, Bridgeport Speedway have 2 dates on the schedule. Hagerstown Speedway, Grandview Speedway host 1 event each on the tour, which will also sanction all of Pennsylvania Speed Week as well in 2026.
I'm surprised that there's none at Erie's Speedway.
Every series event will pay a minimum of $6,000 to win and $600 to start.
Ooh. And not huge travel.
I guess not. Well, it's central Pennsylvania, so I don't.
I wonder.
There's mountains.
Yeah. Wonder how many of those drivers followed the All-Stars last year.
I don't know. That could be a all-star competitor there. I didn't think of that. Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series released their 2026 schedule featuring 58 events at 26 tracks. The series will begin its season with the traditional Georgia-Florida Speed Weeks featuring 12 nights of racing. Carl Schwartz Dirt Track World Championship will continue to be the season finale, offering a $100,000 prize for the winner. That finale moves to West Virginia Motor Speedway from Eldora this year. There are 4 dates in Ohio for the Lucas series there, including Atomic on July 3rd, Muskegon County on July 4th, and Eldora on October 9th and 10th. The All-Star Circuit of Champions series also released their 2026 schedule last week.
What a surprise.
Yeah, a lot of schedules coming out recently.
Just prior to PRI.
Yeah. They get races scheduled at Attica Raceway Park, Atomic Speedway, Wayne County Speedway, Sharon Speedway, Fremont Speedway, Waynesfield Raceway Park. Your Ohio Sprint Speed Week 2026 dates include Friday night, June 12th. That's when things kick off at Attica Raceway Park, $7,500 to win. Actually, all these are $7,500 to win, with the exception of the finale at Atomic. That'll be $10,000 to win. From Attica on Friday, June 12th, it moves to Sharon Speedway on Saturday, then Sunday, June 14th at Millstream. Monday, Wayne County Speedway. Tuesday, Eldora Speedway. Wednesday, June 17th is a rain date. So that's an open date. They get a night off, assuming none of those tracks get rained out. Thursday, the 18th, it's Waynesfield Raceway Park. Friday, Fremont. And then Saturday, finishing up at Atomic Speedway there on June 20th. That is your Ohio Sprint Speed Week for 2026. The IHRA, the International Hot Rod Association.
I saw what you're talking about.
They announced the launch of a new national stock car series, the IHRA Stock Car Series. That's going to be the name of it. Built to restore the true essence of grassroots stock car racing, the series emphasizes driver talent, balanced competition, and fair, cost-controlled rules while delivering a national platform. The series will offer a simplified rules package, affordable participation, and transparent competition standards that put the focus on skill, determination, and the spirit of American short-track racing. The initial schedule has 8 races. Those races are in Virginia, Georgia, Tennessee, South Carolina, and Indiana. The closest to us there at Salem Speedway on August 22nd. I have not seen the specific rules or anything. Everything's kind of just in vague terms.
They were really short on specifics. I wasn't sure that they
and late. I guess they're late models.
Go down a quarter-mile drag strip, turn around and
come back.
Yeah, no.
So that's all I've heard on that. I just found that interesting that drag racing thing would be putting that. Has the NHRA ever had a oval series?
Absolutely not. I just thought it was pretty cool. And again, that brings us back to the Perth Motorplex drag race and circle track right back to back.
Well, and that's
maybe that's where they're heading with.
There's a lot of tracks that have that. I remember, was it Avila? They had, and then I think I saw an old track that used to exist, Clarksville in Indiana or something. Mm-hmm. And the Freedom Factory in Florida has got the drag. I mean, there's a lot of multi-purpose motorsports complexes like that, which makes sense, I think. Randy Mappus announced on social media last week that he is stepping down and we kind of mentioned this a little bit, as director of Fremont Speedway Hall of Fame effective January 1st. He wants to spend more time watching his grandchildren play sports and visiting new tracks with his vintage race car. Former Fremont Speedway flagman and Hall of Fame inductee Scott Barman will take over as the director there of the Fremont Speedway Hall of Fame. Officials with the Great Lakes Super Sprints have released their 2026 season schedule. The calendar features 33 confirmed shows from April through Labor Day weekend, with special events sanctioned by GLS after the championship weekend. In addition to the standard $2,500 to win and $400 to start, multiple $5,000 to win shows are on the schedule. The 11th season kicks off with a co-sanctioned event with the USCS at I-75 Raceway in Sweetwater, Tennessee, April 10th and 11th, and ends at Eldora Speedway on September 25th. The series visits Montpelier Speedway, Limaland Motorsports Park, Butler Speedway, Waynesfield Motorsports Park, Mansfield Speedway, and Millstream Speedway in our neck of the woods. Bristol has, Dean pointed out, Bristol has a drag strip too. And then finally, we haven't really talked about this because not much has really gone on other than talk about the antitrust lawsuit against NASCAR. That actually began on Monday in federal court. 2311 Racing, co-owned by Hamlin, and NBA legend Michael Jordan, and Front Row Motorsports, owned by Bob Jenkins, filed suit against NASCAR on October 2nd of last year after the two teams declined to sign the charter agreement that other NASCAR Cup Series teams had signed. After the opening statements, Hamlin was the first witness called to the stand, answering a wide array of questions before his session was halted after 40 minutes at the end of the day. Hamlin returned to the stand on Tuesday and was cross-examined for more than 3 hours at the start of the day, with NASCAR attorneys seeking to uncover weaknesses in his statements. As part of his testimony, Hamlin said he earns approximately $14 million annually as one of the sport's top drivers, racing for Joe Gibbs Racing. He also acknowledged that as 40% owner in 2311 Racing, he has invested $45 million, including $10 million in cash and loans. In the afternoon, NASCAR Executive Vice President Scott Prime, who worked on the charter agreement negotiations with NASCAR lead executive Steve Phelps and Steve O'Donnell, took the stand. Much of the testimony concerned texts and emails released several weeks ago expressing frustration among NASCAR executives over the charter deal negotiations. It was the first time the jury had seen and heard them. Also covered during Prime's testimony were NASCAR's efforts to keep its tracks from holding races for the now defunct SRX racing series and the organization's contingency plan if teams did not sign the charter agreement.
Yeah.
So, and you got some notes.
I do.
From all this.
And it's really interesting, Scott, because if 23XI wins the lawsuit,
2311.
or
They go with 20. They call it 2311.
okay.
Don't ask me.
Anyway, if they win, that will show that NASCAR's is controlling too much of the entries, and it would go back to probably have to go back to actually having to race your way into a show,
Like the olden days before the charters.
So that could really be pretty cool. I did. I printed out some notable quotes from Hamlin's discussion with them. I guess before they started, they talked a little bit about who he was, and I guess Hamlin was really emotional and actually started crying in the minutes before the testimony as he recalled his path to NASCAR.
Was he crying that he lost the championship, or
that came up in
did it really?
Yeah. Notable quotes. Did you graduate? He said, yes, they gave me a diploma. How did most of your season go? Can I plead the fifth? I don't think anyone is prosecuting you. And he replied, I was reading the championship race with 3 to go. The caution came out. I lost. Hamlin seemed to strategically bring up that teams are having to compete with NASCAR for sponsorship, and he did that 3 times. And that's part of his problem with the charter system. Buying Germain, they lost the sponsorship to NASCAR and went out of business. And Hamlin went on to talk about NASCAR competing with the teams for sponsorship. And it was really, it was very interesting to hear Hamlin's comments.
Is this? Do you know if this the proceedings are being televised, like on court TV?
I don't
or
think
something?
they are. There was a reporter in the courtroom, and he was making notes.
Gotcha. And this is supposed to be. I believe I read that it's supposed to be over in 10 days, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Does he think that the charter system is fair? If the terms were fair, so many teams wouldn't have gone out of business. Only one side of going out of business, and he's talking about teams going out of business and not NASCAR.
Do you have a stand on this issue? Do you think NASCAR is guilty of antitrust?
I can tell you that I would like to see 2311 win their lawsuit, because I would like to see NASCAR have to go back to as many teams show up, get to compete and race.
Didn't they initially go to the charter thing because there were less and less teams that would race because they weren't guaranteed a spot?
Right.
So it was kind of a way.
So it was a catch-22.
Yeah.
Now they've got their teams, but that's it. Nobody else.
Nobody else. Yeah, exactly.
And like Hamlin has pointed out, they're competing with NASCAR for sponsorship.
Yeah, I don't know what the answer is to all that.
Well,
stuff
and a lot of teams, if you notice, Scott, have multiple sponsors during the season rather than one primary sponsor, because NASCAR has stolen them. So that's my thought.
Yeah, and as I recall, they get most of the TV revenue money. I know they share that with the teams, but I think the split isn't very.
There was also some legal action that was threatened about the TV sharing of the TV TV money.
And I believe some of those texts kind of that kind of came out were not real. Where they were kind of incriminating, I guess.
From NASCAR.
Richard Childress wasn't very happy with some of them. I don't remember the exact texts of what they were, but
right.
Yeah, I don't know. I'll be interested to see what comes out of this, and I don't know that even after this trial is over, if the whole thing will be done. One of them probably will appeal, whoever loses.
Oh, you can rest assured that'll happen.
So this could be dragged out for a while. It'll be interesting to see if 2311 will be racing next year. I would assume they are, since they have invested quite a bit in a race team there.
And that's what they do, and I'm sure they have 2026 sponsorships already in the bag.
Turn heads with wraps and decals from DCR Graphics. Full wraps start at just $425. They can even put it on for you. Schedule an installation for a small additional charge. If you're looking to promote your brand or race team, get 8 custom die-casts for just $135, available for late model sprints, modifieds, and stocks. They've expanded their lineup, too, from crew gear and T-shirts to hoodies, flags, and hats. DCR Graphics makes sure your whole team looks sharp at the track. And don't forget to grab your Hammer Down Racing Report sticker for just $5. Visit DCRgraphics.com or call 419-308-9523 to place your order today. DCR Graphics, where speed meets style. And as we mentioned before, $425 for a wrap, not going up for next year.
And installation is available
for
at an extra charge.
Additional charge, yeah. A lot of that kind of depends on where you're at. If he has to come to you or you can bring the car to him, then so that kind of changes all that or affects the total cost there. Let's do this. We had quite a few calls, or actually texts, I should say, on the Hammer Down hotline.
419-318-3081.
There it is. So I guess, and one of these is directed to you. I think the first one, so we'll start with that.
Oh, boy.
Let's get that off. Let's see. I think it is this one. There it is. So will there be more Hammer Down hotline calls this week or wins by Ron Miller in 2026? And just so you're aware, we got 3 texts. So will you have more than 3 wins next year?
Will I have more than 3 wins?
Yes.
No, but I'd certainly like to break the winless streak.
Okay, there you go. Next one.
But I think Scott could say the same thing.
Yeah, that would be nice. What power plant will be ripping the lip, looking for grip in 2026, in the 2026 season for the Ocho? My car. Just got a power plant. It's still sitting outside the car.
I thought you were going to say sitting outside.
No,
Scott, it's going to be really cold.
in the garage, just not in the car yet.
Yeah, okay.
So we got a new 383. Well, not new to us, 383, up from our 355 that we had before, which turns out was pretty much just a factory stock motor.
Right.
So we'll see what a little more power will do for it. Maybe it'll hurt us. I don't know. Horsepower isn't everything, as somebody keeps saying.
That's it.
But it certainly would be nice to have.
I will trade corner speed for straightaway speed any day of the week, Scott.
Okay. Well, all I have to say is on the tacky tracks, I was a little underpowered there, so hopefully this will help.
So did you do an autopsy on?
Yeah. Well,
Ocho
Craig
motor?
did. Craig Dittman tore it up. We kind of started tearing it apart here, and
Finished it.
We saw what was wrong.
At Craig's shop?
The crankshaft was in 3 pieces, and so yeah, we kind of threw all the parts that we took off, put it all kind of back together, and
Put it in the oil
gave
pan.
it to Craig, and Craig called us up a couple hours after I dropped it off. He had it all tore apart. He's like, he made some exclamation. He was like, "How the hell did you do anything with this motor? Did they change the crankshaft? Because you had something better than this, I thought." So apparently he thought we had better stuff, but there was a little bit salvageable on the top end, I think.
Cylinder heads may be okay?
Yes.
With some work.
The heads, I think, were okay. I
good.
had mismatched heads, I guess. I think that was from, I had to replace one of the heads when I had a spark plug crack right above the spark plug. But anyways, so yeah.
Moving right along.
Moving along. Next text. And this one's, here we go. Nope, that was the first one. There we go. I'm not dead yet. I think I will go for a walk. I feel happy. Name that movie. I'm not dead yet. I think I'll go for a walk. I feel happy. I can't do an English accent. I'm trying to help you out.
Happy Gilmore?
I think it's Monty Python.
Oh, okay.
I'm
I'm not a huge movie fan.
No?
so-
Okay. Well, you like the racing movies, though.
Oh, I do.
There you go. I think that's Monty Python. If I'm wrong, let me know in the comments there.
Somebody will.
Okay. And don't forget, hashtag DCR. We're going to do that drawing here very shortly for a Hammer Down Racing Report sticker. So, again, let me see. Yeah, we got a few entries there. So hashtag DCR, just type that in just like right there on your screen. And this is just for our live viewers. And we'll do that drawing here very shortly at the end of the show. Before that, it's time to do How Many and to give away some Toledo Mobsters hockey tickets. Maybe.
If you can find the
There
right
it is.
button.
How many?
Found it! So last week, actually a couple weeks ago, is how many laps will the 13th place finisher of Saturday's Las Vegas Grand Prix, the Formula One race, complete? 50 laps was the total distance of the race.
Yeah.
13th place finisher was the last car on the lead lap.
Oh.
So
the answer is the
50.
same as the total laps.
Yes, and that was Pierre Gasly finished 13th there. And you said 46 laps.
Yeah.
I said 47. I was optimistic,
Ooh.
so I finally got one there. And Scott Warner, he was our listener winner. He said 50. He was the only one to guess 50 laps.
Wow. Good job,
So,
Scott.
Scott Warner, congratulations. You have yourself a pair of tickets to go see the Toledo Mobsters take on the Summit City Distillers at the Toledo Ice House there on Alexis. That's Saturday. That game is at 2:30 p.m., so still plenty of time afterwards to get back
as
and
long
watch
as you're
Dirt
not in
Nationals.
St. Louis, that'll work just fine.
Yes, there you go. So this week's How Many and a chance to win Toledo Mobsters hockey tickets. This will be for the game on Saturday the 12th. That'll be against the West Michigan Sentinels. Again, Saturday the 12th.
Right.
The question is, let me find it here for you. I did type it in. Okay. How many late models will finish the main event Saturday at the Gateway Dirt Nationals? How many will be running at the
Right.
end of the race? Not necessarily on the lead lap, just how many are going to take the checkered flag. I don't remember how many they start. If it's like, I don't know. They don't do too many because the track's so small. I want to say 24, maybe max,
Yeah.
if that. And I didn't do my homework, too. I probably could have looked that up to see how many would actually be starting that. But
Maybe producer Dave can punch that in.
usually that's a pretty elbows up race where there's,
Yeah.
a lot of contact there. Steve Miller, he says 12. So if it's 24, half the field's going to.
And that's probably not.
It's not saying that's a bad guess. That's actually pretty good. Go ahead and put your guess in the comments of our Facebook Live, YouTube Live, and we'll give you until Saturday. We'll say 8 o'clock because then their feature's not going to be until way after that. And a chance to win those Toledo Mobster hockey tickets for whoever's closest. And if we have a tie, we'll spin the hockey puck and find out who wins. It's round. So I got to guess first, don't I?
Yes, you do.
Dean's going with 18. He's being pretty optimistic. I'm going to go with lucky number 13. So and I'm going to have to count the cars then that take the checkered flag.
I'm going to one-up you.
You're going to 14 me?
Yes, sir.
All right. You're not going with your kid?
Nah.
Not going with the 12.
I'm not saying that the 14 will be all pristine looking pretty cars.
They just have to be rolling at the end.
There'll be all 14 will have battle scars.
They have to cross the finish line to take the checkered flag.
Right.
They could be 10 laps down. I don't care. But
If they crash out on the last lap
and they don't cross the finish line, then that doesn't count.
They don't count. Right.
Exactly. So you're sticking with your 14 then.
I'm sticking with my 14.
Hovis is pretty optimistic too. They're going with 16. So, okay. And again, that's for a pair of tickets to next Saturday's game, a week from this coming Saturday's game at the Ice House there in Toledo. Off of Alexis, that game will be against the West Michigan Sentinels. And let's.
I thought that was the one on the. Oh, you're right. Yeah.
Of course, I'm right. I'm always right.
No, you're right.
This weekend, they're taking on the Summit City Distillers, which I believe is Fort Wayne, because I actually looked into that.
Okay.
I believe that's the Fort Wayne team. So that's this Saturday at 2:30 at the Ice House. Next week.
So if it's Fort Wayne, that could be a real rivalry.
I'm not sure. I haven't been to enough Toledo Mobsters games to know who their real rivals are. I mean, I think there's only 9 teams in the league, so it's not a big league.
Toledo and Fort Wayne.
Well, I know in the ECHL it's a big rivalry, so why not in the APHL, I think it is.
Yeah.
Moving on with racing coming up this weekend. Let's do our race menu.
This weekend's racing menu.
So there's a few things going on. We have the Kubota Gateway Nationals at the Dome of America,
Right.
otherwise known as the Gateway Dirt Nationals, which
Right.
I've been calling it. Late models and modifieds racing Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. It's on Flow as well. You can watch it there. Two different groups. They're going to have one group on Thursday, one group on Friday, and then kind of everybody on Saturday there. Snowball Derby weekend. We got some pavement racing, big
Yeah.
event going on down in Florida. Five Flags Speedway featuring late models. Friday night's qualifying night. Saturday's the Snowflake 150, and then Sunday is the 58th Snowball Derby. I think there's going to be some modified racing down there as well. I saw Dylan Zielinski's headed down there to do some racing. And I thought he said Monday, so it might even go on to next week. Perth Motorplex. Friday night, it's the electrical group training night featuring limited sprint cars, LS1 sprint cars, and wingless sprints. And then Saturday night, it's Jolly Good. Let me start over here. Jolly Good in-car audio and entertainment night.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure that's a business.
Yeah.
Jolly Good in-car audio and entertainment night featuring Western Australia Sprint Car Championship, speed cars, late models, and wingless sprints. High-Tech Toowoomba Speedway, High-Tech Oils Toowoomba Speedway. Saturday, it's 360 LS Sprint Cars, wingless sprints, and super sedans, and Esperance Speedway on Saturday with the AMCA Southeast Open featuring AMCA's late models and Formula 500s.
I can't remember the name of the streaming service, but you can pick up most of the Australian races on. It escapes me right now, but yeah.
Dave,
20 cars.
Thank you, Dave, producer Dave. 20 cars, so don't guess more than 20, otherwise you're going to lose. Well, unless you're still closest, I guess. You could technically still win if all 20 cars finish and nobody guesses higher than 18, probably, maybe. I don't know. 20 cars, that's the starting field for the feature event. Thanks, Dave. You're the best. Well, I guess Jamie's lost in the deer hunting thing.
Yeah.
So we had him in the studio here last year talking about stuff. We've talked to Jamie quite a bit. So congratulations to him anyways, even though we didn't get a chance to talk to him
We may be
tonight.
able to catch up later.
Yeah.
He can tell us what he's going to be doing with his late model program.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that. Did he run his late model much? I think maybe I only saw once or twice.
Once or twice.
That's this past year. I forgot he had that. Yeah.
I heard he bought a killer engine for it, so we'll see how that works out.
Last chance. We're going to do this drawing here very shortly, like within a minute. Hashtag DCR for a chance to win the Hammer Down Racing Report window sticker. Chrissy's going with 13. She's going with my guess. I like that. Don's going with 19.
Ooh.
Don is very optimistic. Streaming service for Australia is called Clayferview.
That's it. Thank you, Dave.
Thank you. He's earning his money tonight. I tell you. So there, we stalled enough. Let's do our drawing for our Hammer Down Racing Report window sticker. Let's pull this up, share the screen. It looks like you got about a 25% chance of winning here, unless any
On the
hashtag DCRs come in the next couple seconds.
on the Hammer Down sticker.
Yeah, what did I say?
No, you got it.
The Hammer Down sticker. Yeah, the Hammer Down Race Report sticker. Here we go. For one of these guys. Who's it going to be? It's going. Josh Hovis. He's got a lot of these. He could cover a whole race car in Hammer Down Racing Report stickers. Congratulations, Josh Hovis. You have 30 days to pick that up from Ron Miller Race Cars. There you go. And again, you can get, if you don't win, you can always get one of those from DCR Graphics, $5, slap it on your car, and become part of the Hammer Down Army. And we'll report on your finish next year, wherever you finish, if you have a race car. Mary also says 12. Dome is hands down the greatest event for modern dirt car racing. Best 20 years. Look forward to it tomorrow. This is the first time I'm going, so we'll see. I've watched it on TV, and every year you can ask Jamie when he say, we should go to that next year, and then next year comes up and we're watching it on TV. Oh, darn it, we were going to go to that. Let's go next year. We'll watch it again. So finally, we bought the tickets, and we're going. So it better be awesome.
As long as the snow holds out, right?
Yes. Before we leave, the snow from inside the building?
No, but the race cars have to get...
Oh, that's true. They do go. It's supposed to be 20 degrees tomorrow down there, too.
Buddy.
I saw. I guess I'm glad I'm not competing in it. Got some numbers, year-end numbers here from Spotify. That's kind of where the podcast portion of the Hammer Down Racing Report gets dispersed from.
Right.
Spread around all the other devices or platforms, I should say. So we got some numbers. This is only from Spotify, so this is only our Spotify numbers. So it doesn't include our YouTube. It doesn't include our Facebook numbers, but they're still pretty positive. These are just the people that aren't listening live that can watch the video on Spotify or listen to the audio. Let's see here. I picked out some of the highlights. According to Spotify's year-end report, our podcast audience has increased 11% from last year. Total new audience was up 707%. I don't know exactly what that means. I was talking to Dave about that.
700%.
I think here's the actual number. Whoops, there it is. 707%. And we have, our followers have increased 18% over last year. So thank you to our listeners. Our biggest episode, most listened to episode this past year, I think it was the first episode we did this year. It was the Remembering Fremont Speedway.
Ooh, really?
Yeah. Remember that? Remember we had a whole bunch of people on that used to race there?
Yeah.
That was our biggest, most listened to show on Spotify. What else we have here? Well, we were in the top 20% of videos on Spotify. We were heard in 14 countries with, here's our top country list there. Of course, number one in the U.S. Not number one in the U.S., but most of our listeners are from the U.S., second most from Australia, followed by Canada. New Zealand was fourth, and Mexico was third. I think we lost some of our audience from India.
Yeah.
Some of the bots have disappeared.
They're busy making phone calls.
Some of the other numbers here are fans listen to us longer than 90% of other shows, meaning that we go on for quite a while sometimes, and people actually listen to most of the show instead of, people have short attention spans and don't tune in that long. What else we got here? There's our 18% up. U.S. was our top thing, and then what was this one? There's the top 20% in videos on Spotify. All those are from Spotify there. And then we also had our Twitch recap, and we were top 10% in the sports category on Twitch.
Wow.
Yeah, we don't do anything on Twitch. So, woo! Thank you, all of our listeners out there on Twitch and Spotify or wherever you listen to us. We appreciate it. That's about it for this edition. Thanks to our producer, Dave Kemmer. He's been working his butt off tonight.
Were we going to give away a Speedy sponsor sticker?
No. That's right. Reminder. Thank you for reminding me. Again, the Speedy Sponsors deal was we got the Speedy Sponsor question of the week.
Right.
Where you have to go to speedysponsors.com to put in your answer to enter this. So this week's question is, what track does four-cylinder truck racer Phil Hicks consider his home track? Go to speedysponsors.com, find Phil Hicks's profile. You can find his home track on there. And then, once you know what it is, scroll down to the bottom of the page.
Where it says win.
Where it says win with an exclamation point. It's just a text link at the very bottom. Click on that. Type in your name, type in your answer, hit submit, and you're entered. And you have until next Thursday at 3 p.m. to enter for a chance to win a Speedy Sponsor sticker courtesy of SpeedySponsors.com. So pretty easy to do. And it's a little bit of work, but we're giving you free stuff. So
Yeah.
figured, why not? It's also a cheap way to get people to go to SpeedySponsors.com too.
That's right.
It's not really cheap, but I mean sneaky. Maybe that
It's
was
dinner time, Scott.
Okay. Thanks to Dave Kemmer, contributors John Young, Bob Stazak, Matt Swander. Like us on Facebook, follow us on X at Hammer Report, follow us on YouTube. Listen to us on your favorite podcasting platform, including Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and iHeartRadio. Check us out at HammerdownRacingReport.com. And as always, we appreciate all the reviews and ratings when you're listening to us on those platforms. And share us with your friends. Wherever there's a share button, that helps us out too. Support our sponsors, Oakshade Raceway, Ron Miller Race Cars, Magic Moment Entertainment, Dittman Motorsports, Dominator Race Products, DCR Graphics, and Freeze Frame Photos. Thanks to our guests this week, Brian Liskai. Fortunately, didn't connect with Jamie. Next week, though, we're back to Thursday night. We will re-air this on Thursday, so if you're listening to us on Thursday, hi from yesterday.
Yep.
Next week, though, on Thursday, we'll be featuring Butler Track Champions, Butler Motor Speedway. So we will see you next Thursday at 7 p.m. That's a wrap on show number 406 of the Hammer Down Racing.
You have been listening to the Hammer Down Racing Report, available on demand on iTunes, Google Podcasts, Spotify, or your favorite podcasting platform.